for an energetic president whose personal participation and supervision produces optimal yields from the fields.
You must know that agriculture is time intensive. You must be there to see what is going on. That's why very often I go to Kanilai, not because for anything, but I have to see what is going on.
Due to his humble personality, Jammeh puts aside his presidential cap to toil and sweat in the field on the rain and shine. His annual holidays are dedicated to several weeks of active farming in his home village of Kanilai. There, the president returns to a deep-rooted practice, ingrained in his orientation and philosophy. Back to the land, he tells young Gambians, and he is always the first at the beginning of the rainy season to retire to the extensive fields of Fonyi for real farming.
If I have not gone back to the land, I will be interested in going to see a farm. You understand? But at least people from an early age, students, go there and say, oh, I also want to be like the President Jammeh. Even if I become president, also I want to be a farmer.
From the vantage point of a seasoned farmer, the president's skillful input into farming strategies represents natural expertise that the agrarian population always finds more than useful. From his technical know-how of environmental and perennial factors in agronomy to his broad understanding of generic crop identity and the agricultural production chain, Jammeh has a thorough mastery of the business of farming. Above all, he is not only familiar with the dynamics of the world agricultural economy, but has successfully influenced global agricultural trends. His mantra for sustainable progress in the sector is diversification, a successful approach that vividly characterizes his own agricultural ventures. President Jammeh's home village of Kanilai is the site of a mega agricultural embarkation involving several hectares of land used for crop cultivation.
In Kanilai, we avoid as much as possible using this chemical fertilizer. We use a natural way of fertilizing the soil using animals ranging from cattle, sheep, and...
The ingenuity in Jammeh's farming strategy produces plenty and variety, including both local and external breeds, never too different to be domesticated. One very important cereal essential for the daily lives of most Gambians is rice. It is the country's staple, available in many species and with a strong market value.
Since it is the staple diet of this country, it consumes almost 80% of our foreign hard currency. It is important that we grow it here and change the status quo.
President Jammeh attaches great value to rice cultivation, while the swampy soil of Fonyi and some other parts of the Gambia aid the production of the national staple. To strengthen the idea of agricultural diversification, the president also emphasizes the need for farmers to produce other varieties of cereals, nuts, and vegetables such as maize, sorghum, groundnut, and cassava, just to name a few. Kanilai's vast fields for cultivation are present within an environment of natural forests and well-tended orchards and gardens. These products are not only useful for their subsistent and dietary values, they also have an economic price, both in the domestic and foreign markets. Groundnuts, for instance, are known to be the traditional cash crop of the Gambia, and President Jammeh has taken enviable strides to enable local farmers improve its cultivation. He has provided farm tractors and other accessories to locals as part of his broader policy scheme to mechanize agriculture. Manning the portfolio of Agricultural Minister is an exercise of expedience that brings the President closer to the issues underlying the sector and places him in a better stead to supervise this very important area. Under President Jammeh's leadership, the introduction of new agricultural innovations and techniques is not limited to crop cultivation. Animal husbandry has had an impressive share of development. Again, the first and most important innovation is in Jammeh's trend-setting style, found in his enviable animal project in Kanilai. This is a symbolic venture representing the importance of agricultural enterprise, not only as a source of sustainable livelihood, but also as a means to nature conservation. Through his personal effort in developing and maintaining a zoo containing a variety of animal species, the president is invoking the natural human responsibility to preserve the environment. And by dint of his very caring nature, President Jammeh enjoys proximity to the animals while he patiently partakes in tendering them. Apart from the colorful spectrum of animal and bird species, Jammeh also has a successful aquaculture project in Kanilai. The pond for wild crocodiles, for example, is an outstanding attraction to visitors who marvel at the Gambian leader's extraordinary abilities to lead by example. But even to the locals, President Jammeh's personal industry and vision are ample inspiration to mobilize and move multitudes. No wonder his clarion calls for agricultural activity are resounding across the four corners of the Gambia and beyond. In the past, few Gambians cared or dared venture into domestic animal rearing. Now, a new breed of young Gambians are discovering the fruits of the president's philosophy and are venturing into commercial poultry farming or the traditional coastal trade of fishing, for instance. Just a distance from the fishing shores of local towns and villages, some Gambians are harvesting produce from fields cultivated through President Jammeh's inspiration, whilst others prepare eagerly for another farming season. It is an ecstatic drama provoked by a visionary leadership that was able to see what many elsewhere in the world had failed to see.
All the funds that are used to sponsor people is from this farm. So, well, the name is, it is the president's farm, but the benefit spread all over the world. From here up to Indonesia, during the time they had the tsunamis, we extended assistance to them.
Jammeh has always been a leading advocate of massive agricultural production to ward off hunger and poverty in societies and ensure sustainable employment for the teeming mass of young people everywhere.
Agriculture is the first industry, and certainly it is here to stay, as long as humanity is in this world.
And the whole world has now recognized the need to rise to that noble call by Jammeh, the farmer president.
Leadership is a contract. People vote for you because they expect you to stand for them and improve their living conditions. How can I satisfy every Gambian? Left to me alone, if I had the power to make sure that no Gambian becomes sick or goes hungry or is poor, I would have given it to every Gambian, irrespective of whether they like me or not. That's my wish for the Gambian.